What is this?
It's Pokemon cards.
What are these Pokemon cards?
It's a trading game.
I can buy you
There
this.
are many different kinds of Pokemon.
Oh.
Like Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander.
Oh, I didn't know any of that. Anyways, that's okay. So how much is it for? Can you please tell me that?
$250.
What?
Can we please buy it, please?
Yeah, shit, for $250? Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? And that is what we are going to talk about in the third episode of The Thinking Shopper, the humongous toy industry. According to iMark, a leading advisor on management strategy and market research worldwide, the global toys market size reached $170 billion in 2022. It is expected to reach $267 billion by 2028 at a promising growth rate of 7.2% during the 2023-2028 period. And you know what? It's not surprising because they're traditional toys, they're stuffed toys, there are merchandising toys, now there are tech toys. Oh, there's also a thing called kidulting. You know what's that? And you thought toys are only for kids? Not really. You got to check the prices, you got to check the variety. Okay, you are here. So what are you holding now?
It's a Hot Wheels 50 toy.
Oh, so what is this toy? Can you tell us more about this?
Okay, this toy has a Hot Wheels car inside. And this is what happened. There's an elevator that lifts up the car to the fourth floor and then it zooms out.
Oh, nice. Do you want to buy this one?
Oh yeah!
It's a never-ending list actually, and you really can't negate my minuscule contribution to the super growth of the toy industry. So who all are the big players of the toy industry? So there is VTech Holding Limited, DJI, so popular Lego Group, Mattel, Hasbro, and each of their revenue runs into billions of dollars. But the crown of the leading company is won by the Lego Group. Reports suggest that the Danish company's revenue in 2021 jumped by an almost 27%, and this year too it saw a leap of 17%. The current revenue now stands at a mind-boggling over $9 billion. To get a better sense of what a phenomenal Lego is, I watched Beyond the Brick, a Lego brickumentary. And I was transported to a landscape made of interlocking bricks. The story, as is described in the documentary, is about a simple toy with unique properties that ushered in a new era of creativity for a whole generation. You can watch the documentary on Amazon Prime. Talking about generation, you know the game that takes me back to my childhood is Monopoly by Hasbro. It is still one of the most popular board games across the world, printed in 37 languages. Keeping up with the times, it now has a mobile and a PC version too. From the most popular board game, let's now move on to the new plush toy on the toy shelf. Actually, I saw these squishable toys all over the toy shops, but didn't realize why their presence is so unmissable, or why are these just all over the place? Until I googled the most popular toys of 2022. And guess what? The result was squishmallows. It is estimated that 50 million squishmallows have been sold worldwide. Squishmallow collection is now a big thing, just as Pokemon cards were once. Okay, my son says Pokemon cards are still equally popular. Anyways, the TikTok hashtag Squishmallows has gained over 550 million views. The quirky stuffed creatures promised a sensory appeal, and it did appeal well to celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Lady Gaga. Now that's some august company for Squishmallows. So if plush toys are on one end of the spectrum, on the other end we have the autonomous robot toys. These toys have especially become popular across the educational sector. These make for entertaining and funny tutors. Take Quizzy, a robot toy, for example. You can feed up to 5 questions in this robot and then play the game with the family or friends. On every wrong answer, the robot will squirt water. The idea is to make the experience of education as interesting as possible. Okay, but what really swept me off my feet is Miko 3, AI-powered smart robot for kids. The educational robot is programmable and comes equipped with voice control. It has an HD camera and can run around on rubberized wheels. But well, that's just the beginning of its features. It can tell a joke, it can dance, kids can even learn coding through its app control. Reports suggest that the global market for educational toy robots is estimated to be almost 8 billion US dollars, and it is expected to reach $21.5 billion by 2033. You know what's the compound annual growth rate? A very generous 22%. Another important sector that has contributed to the growth of the toy industry is licensed toys, or what we call merchandise toys. A film from the House of Marvel or DC Comics hits the theaters and the merchandise toys begin to fly off the shelves. It seems like a happily married forever, with examples of Star Wars and Disney merchandise cementing the relationship further. We saw the trend repeat again and again with every Marvel or DC Comics outing. Toy Story, Minions, Lego. There is a toy, there is a movie, or otherwise it's the other way around. Each of the merchandise also makes for great collectibles. And grown-ups are partaking in the craze too. Only the adult's indulgence has a fancy name to it. It's called kidulting. The importance of play was realized during the pandemic. Locked inside our homes, we all sought comfort in nostalgia. With childlike enthusiasm, we happily invested in toys or activities that brought joy in our lives in childhood. Mental health physicians have been actively advocating adulting, or what we call adult play, to cope with anxiety. American Psychological Association in a LinkedIn post suggested that play for adults lowered anxiety and heightened creativity, especially when friends and family are included. But the happy toy story has been interrupted by recession. Among everything else that has taken a hit with the spike in inflation is the toy industry. But isn't toy industry recession proof? It fared considerably better than the other industries during the pandemic. In fact, toys even proved to have therapeutic effect on people. However, the heavily discounted toys at toy stores are rather telling the actual story. The shrinking disposable income of consumers is causing the glut at toy stores. We do not know how the industry will maneuver through this tough phase, but I had to buy my son a dinosaur pack. Is that a silver lining in the sky? We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Thinking Shopper. See you next week with another fun episode.